Whether it's from egregious microtransactions, cringe cosmetics, bad gameplay decisions, or just the skill-based matchmaking, Call of Duty has been a far cry from the golden years of the franchise. And sometimes when you want a worthy, viable alternative, they can be hard to find. So today, I'm going to be showing you guys all the alternatives to Call of Duty that are good to play here in 2024, at least that I'm familiar with. This is, of course, going to be excluding the most popular alternatives, such as Battlefield or older Call of Duty games in general, but without further ado, let's just hop right into this. So first up, we have a genuinely surprising little game within Roblox called Recoil. This game is quite seriously very reminiscent of some older Call of Duty games. Whether that's because there's classic COD map remakes in it, familiar weapons, kill streaks, voices and announcers from the original Modern Warfare trilogy, and a lot more. Since this is within Roblox, of course, that means it's free to play, it's cross-play, and it's playable on all platforms. There's actually even a nuke that you can earn within the game. If you're looking for a classic Call of Duty experience that somehow feels a bit new with the more updated gunsmith-type creative class, but has actual good killstreak variety and camo challenges, this game's worth checking out, especially because each match can be random since it's server or room-based lobbies. Next up, we have a AAA game that somewhat took the internet by storm, and that is X-Defiant. X-Defiant is a free-to-play game with cross-play abilities on all platforms. If I were to give it a quick description, it's basically like Overwatch in terms of heroes and abilities, and even some of their game modes, but overall it has kind of a time to kill and weapon selection that is more similar to Call of Duty games. It can be heavily objective-focused usually, but it is usually pretty fast-paced. The game boasts proudly that it doesn't have any skill-based matchmaking, outside of their low-level welcome playlist at least, making matches in general very enjoyable with a wide variety of different experiences. Another unique alternative is Combat Master. Combat Master is a free-to-play game only on Steam and mobile. If I were to describe its gameplay, it's sort of like Modern Warfare 2019, but with movement to the max. With random lobbies, unique game modes, it can be a decently enjoyable experience. There's an in-depth gunsmith, just a couple kill streaks, including a nuke, and camos to unlock. It's nothing too crazy, but it can be fun to just hop in and play every once in a while. Now, with Call of Duty not really providing good zombies content for arguably some years now, an alternative for this can be found in Scare Ritual. Scare Ritual is a $20 game, it's on all platforms, and is cross-play. Scare Ritual is all you could ask for from a standalone COD Zombies type of game. It's even getting free updates and DLC as the months go on. This is a round-based zombie survival game heavily inspired by COD Zombies, and it comes with 4 in-depth maps, with more coming later down the line. Each of these maps not only provides fun with survival and all the things you might expect like a random weapon box, perks, and upgrades, there's also a unique free pass of cosmetics that you can unlock for each of the maps individually that you can earn towards while you play that specific map. Each map also has a guided main Easter egg quest alongside a more hardcore version for those that like to solve stuff on their own. Next up, we have Enlisted. Enlisted is a free-to-play game on next-gen consoles and PC, and it is cross-play. It's a more historically accurate World War II game, but the gameplay overall is more casual. The gameplay is big battles on big maps, but still the combat can tend to get rather close quarters most of the time. How the game works is each player in the match controls an entire squad of soldiers that you can direct and switch between at any time. An AI will control them when you actually don't, so you can command them and direct them and just enjoy the battles. You can choose which faction you prefer to play as, and you can level up that faction to unlock more weapons and vehicles that are specific to that faction. You can even take part in major World War II battles such as the Siege of Stalingrad, D-Day, and a lot more. Even to this day, I still find myself playing Enlisted from time to time. If you're looking for another fantastic co-op alternative to COD, there's Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 is a $40 game and it's crossplay on PS5 and PC. It's a fantastic game where players drop into missions with others and fight back against an ongoing war with giant alien bugs, killer robots, and possibly other new factions to come in the future. The mission variety is wide, and during this ongoing war, players can visit many different planets to complete missions, each with their own set of environmental challenges or dangers. Updates are constantly made with new enemy types, weapons, and more. There's even big boss-type enemies that different gear or air support might actually be needed to take on. And there's even a difficulty option, so you can optionally make the game more and more difficult for you and your team if you want more bonuses and better rewards. There's a lot to unlock and earn in Helldivers 2, and you can definitely sink a lot of time into it while having fun. Another classic COD alternative I might as well mention is Warface. It's a little lighter on the player count these days, but Warface lobbies are still playable. Warface is a free-to-play game on all platforms and cross-play. It features a multiplayer with a variety of familiar and new game modes, lots of weapons, and a class-based system that is more akin to Battlefield. Warface also features an on-the-fly attachment swap system, which is pretty cool. Besides the multiplayer, there's also a co-op mode and other Spec Ops type missions that can be run. I used to play this game quite a bit, and it's definitely still playable today, at least thanks to crossplay. You just might actually have to search for a minute or two, depending on the time of day. Coming down to our last three games, there's Insurgency Sandstorm, which is a $30 game on all platforms. It's like Call of Duty in terms of maps and such, but it prioritizes a little bit more realism, with a limited HUD and a faster time to kill. Some might say it's like hardcore Call of Duty. While it is realistic, it's still a bit more arcadey and casual in terms of just being able to pick up and play with ease. You might need to adjust to be a bit more tactical in terms of gameplay for better performance, however. There's wide weapon variety, updates still coming to the game to this day, and even character customization based on faction. A co-op mode is featured in the game as well against AI, but even that can be challenging at times due to the realism of the game, so teamwork will be needed there. Overall, I actually quite enjoy the game. Next up, there is Hell Let Loose. Hell Let Loose is a World War II game that is $50 on next-gen platforms and PC. It is also cross-play between Xbox and PlayStation. I actually own the game on PC, and I got it for free from PS Plus a while back on the PS5. Hell Let Loose is a sort of milsim realistic shooter with huge battles, vehicle combat, and teamwork and cooperation generally being a priority. I tend to find the console lobbies to have less people talking and more casual gameplay, but the PC version is definitely more in-depth with teamwork and everyone knowing their role. It's a large-scale war-type game with a really fast time to kill to be realistic. It can be a really fun time, especially once you familiarize yourself with the game overall. Last up on our list, we have The Finals. The Finals is a free-to-play cross-play game on all platforms. It's a squad-based arcadey shooter with different roles to choose from, such as lightweight, average, or heavy, and each have their own gadgets or weapon sets that they can actually use. If you do decide to pick this free game up on the PS5, for some reason the PlayStation Store displays the beta version still, which is actually no longer accessible, so you'd actually have to click the three dots on the store page and press View Product to actually find the full version of the game. I find the different game modes to be pretty unique, and the game can be action-packed and a lot of fun. There's even destructibility of the maps to the absolute max, to the likes of which put even recent Battlefield games to shame. If you haven't checked out The Finals yet, I definitely recommend doing so. But with all that said, guys, that was our list of top alternatives to Call of Duty here in 2024. If you guys know of any other games for players to check out, be sure to drop them in the comments down below. If you'd like to keep up with upcoming unique games, mods, or more that might just be lesser known, be sure to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date. And smash that like button if you guys found this video useful, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.